back from vacation, but nothing has changed. I would call it, in quotes, the Mono Marquez rather than mono brand. It's not that he never ceases to amaze, but this is Marquez. Well, there are starting to be so many points of advantage that if before we thought the championship would end in Australia, it could even end in Indonesia. In fact, it's more likely to end in Indonesia. Basically, with 5 Grands Prix to go, it would be a historic, incredible record. But today he had some strong opponents today, because the surprise, although it's not really a surprise anymore, is Marco Bezzecchi with Aprilia. By this point in time, Marco, after these many months on his own, completely without the presence of Martin, and following the truly unfortunate events that transpired with the world champion rider, has essentially taken everything into his own capable hands and has demonstrably grown a great deal. He's become incredibly strong and resilient. He overtook Marquez twice, he fights, he's not afraid, and that's important. And Marquez, in a way, is a bit wary of him because he sees that Marco really isn't afraid, as we said before. Alex Marquez has returned to his level after the bad accident, which didn't seem like anything serious, but a broken finger on his left hand kept him out of qualifying, kept him out of the race, and he missed 2 Grands Prix. It's clear that now that he's back, he's already the second strongest. A real negative note for Bagnaia. The tunnel shows no light, you can't see the entrance or the exit, we're stuck in the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if, given the way things are, given that the tension with Ducati is starting to be felt, especially with engineer Daligna, maybe we could think that next year Pecco might want a change of scenery, even though he has a 2-year contract. It's clear that continuing like this in the second half of the season and even into next year would really be detrimental for him, for Pecco, and for Ducati. You never know, maybe the Honda Siren could call for him for next season. It's very difficult because the salaries are so high, even though Honda does have the money. Besides the salaries, there are also contracts, but it's a situation that, if it keeps going like this, might actually be good for both Ducati and Bagnaia. A good sign from KTM, who placed 2 riders in 4th and 5th. A finally reborn Bastianini, we're seeing the talented Enea again. It's a shame about the mistake he made, because he could have fought for the podium. It's already been 2 races that he's been up there, and even a podium in the sprint. So I'd say that finally we're seeing again the rider we all know who is truly strong. Yamaha and Honda are struggling once again. There are a lot of concessions and certainly a lot of money invested, but the road ahead is long. It seemed like Yamaha had gotten a bit closer, but on a circuit like this one, which is stop and go, the 4-cylinder just doesn't work. At this point, I think Yamaha should almost put their new V4 on the track, the one they've developed. In the meantime, this engine has no future anymore. It's not being developed further, and it is what it is. It's starting to cause a bit of frustration here for Tararo as well. And Honda's doing what it can with Zarco and Mir as always. Today Mir achieved an excellent result. Quietly though, they're getting closer, but the gap to Ducati is still really big. Today, the main contenders are Ducati, which is leading, and Aprilia. It would be nice to finally see Martin riding for them, but he's struggling, and I advise him to take it easy, because the example of what happened to Marquez is still fresh. He should take his time and only open the throttle when he feels ready, both physically and mentally. And then there's also KTM, which isn't bad, even though this is their home circuit. Let's see how it goes at the next race in Hungary, where no one has ever ridden before and everyone starts from scratch. It could be a good testing ground. Dear friends, the heat is really in charge. It's dominating, thank goodness for Prosecco. At a moment of truly profound and complete relaxation, because watching the thrilling and intense races on television, sometimes you can actually get much more tired and utterly exhausted than truly being there in person, especially because the weather is so incredibly hot and sweltering. Yesterday, Saturday and Sunday, watching TV and watching the races, honestly, I got more tired than if I had actually been there. So what did I do? I grabbed a nice bottle of Prosecco, a good glass, and told myself, Carlo, you don't have to drive anywhere, you just have to watch the race, so enjoy it with some Prosecco. I really enjoyed it with the Prosecco, guys. And I recommend this to you. Those who don't go to the races, those who aren't there, those who are at home watching TV, get a nice bottle of Prosecco, maybe with a sandwich, and drink 3 or 4 glasses, and you'll see the race even better, and consider it and judge it even better. Long live Prosecco.